The concept of the Trinity comes under a non-stop assault from the atheist community. They say it's impossible to believe in the Trinity. The Trinity violates the laws of logic. The Trinity violates the laws of non-contradiction. The Trinity doesn't make any sense. The Trinity is analogous to a square circle. Well, I'm contending that if you believe in science, you can grasp the concept of the Trinity. Let's start here. This first thought comes from Henry Morris. He says, all physical reality has a dual nature. Mass and energy are in principle interconvertible through nuclear fission or fusion reactions, E equals mc squared. We can therefore speak of the universe rightly as a space-light-time universe. It is significant that this motion of light is famous for its mysterious and paradoxical complementarity. It has the characteristics of both waves and particles, and yet it definitely behaves as a wave motion under some conditions and as a particle motion under others. And yet this duality is a singularity. The duality also applies both in radiations of electromagnetic energy and in the atomic structure of matter, in which the orbiting electrons likewise behave both as a particle and as a wave. In addition to this, there are several principles from quantum mechanics that may show us some analogies to the Trinity. The first is called superposition, where subatomic particles are able to exist in two states simultaneously. Now that has some similarity to the concept of the Trinity. For another potential scientific analogy of the Trinitarian concept, in 2017, a group of quantum scientists at the University of Science and Technology of China in Shanghai successfully teleported a photon from Earth to a satellite in orbit. It's called non-locality and quantum entanglement. As far as our discussion here, quantum entanglement means that the two quantum objects share a wave function and share the same identity even when separated. What happens to one happens to the other wherever it exists. The principle here is that objects in the far reaches of the universe seem to know about each other's states, and separate particles can behave as a single unified entity. They are more than identical twins, the article said. The two are one and the same. Apparently, according to the article, when they interact with matter on Earth, they lose certain aspects of entanglement, but in the vacuum of space, they can extend infinitely or eternally. It's just interesting. And what about this? Mathematicians tell us that two parallel lines meet at infinity. Somehow we accept that as true, even though it seems self-contradictory. And it seems to me that if we accept it in geometry, we can also accept it in theology. My conclusion, then, is that if you believe in science, then you also admit to the possibility of the concept of the Trinity. It is not a violation of logic or analogous to a square circle. It would follow, then, that if you find the Trinity impossible, then you come across as anti-science in some aspects, finding these aspects of science as contradictory also. So let's talk about it.